This book is about Castle Cranshaw, aka Ghost. He's a young middle schooler. He lives in Brooklyn, New York. And it's about how he kind of accidentally joins a track team called the Defenders. He challenges one of the kids to a race off in the middle of one of their practices and actually beats him. And the coach sees some potential in him and decides to take him onto the team. Throughout the book, the coach kind of very slowly realizes what's going on in Ghost's life behind the scenes. And Ghost tells us a lot about his mother and his father and their struggles. And a core part of the story is actually Ghost stealing a pair of really expensive running shoes because he can't afford to buy these super fancy running shoes that some of the kids have on the team. And I think that's one of the core points of the poverty part is that he really wants these shoes and he feels like he can't fit in without them. But you see him fit in and slowly it builds up. It's actually kind of interesting how the story builds up with his friendship up until he steals the shoes. And then once he gets discovered after stealing the shoes, some of his friendships start to teeter a little bit because they kind of realize what's going on and things like that. But it's a really interesting book because it does speak a lot about the hardships people go through, but it also speaks a lot about how people overcome them with experiences. And I think at the end, one of the last scenes is they're all at a track meet and he sees how diverse the community is that he lives in. He ends up racing the big bully from their school in the final meet. And it's kind of interesting how he really does see that they are a community. They might all be different people, but they're a community. And his coach is really good about helping him find that out. And, his mother really turns him towards doing things better in school and things like that. And, always working as hard as he can. And it's a really interesting story and it's a series. And it follows these kids to the Junior Olympics, which is really interesting. So while this book specifically is about poverty, the rest of the series is kind of each of the stories of the different runners on the team, ultimately until they get to the Junior Olympics. So it's a really interesting storyline and has really good pull for students. And it also encompasses a lot of different kinds of things about poverty.